What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ways of the Sith. I'm your host, Ways, and thank you so much for taking time to check out the channel. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on X, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Ways of the Sith. So our first video for the new year is the brand new Spider-Man wave. Now, this was not supposed to hit this early, but it started showing up in Target. I was able to get Flash Thompson, which was one of the figures that I've wanted so long. I missed the previous version. I wasn't collecting Legends at the time, so to get this is really exciting for me. He was one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love the Rick Remender Flash Venom run. I think it's one of the best series that they've ever done. I have the Space Knight version of him, so I'm glad to get like the actual Agent Venom version. Hopefully we can get this in a white for Anti-Venom now. We got the new Electro with Francine Fry. I don't have the previous version of Electro, so her fitting into my Spider-Man animated stuff is going to be great. And we have Kaine, this version of Kaine. I wasn't honestly going to pick this up, but I saw it in the store and I loved the way it looked, so I ended up grabbing it. I prefer the newer version of Kaine. I was hoping we would have got a newer Kaine with a newer head sculpt and the spikes coming out of his forearms, like the Assassin's Creed blades that he's got. I love that. So I definitely need like another version of Kaine down the line that has that and, you know, has an unmasked look, because he looks totally different from Ben and Peter, so it's a new Spider-Man figure to give. But I love this look. This is from the classic Clone Saga series, and this wave just looks incredible. When I do the individuals, I will take a look at the back of the card. This way you can see the rest of the wave, and I have a feeling like I might end up picking up this whole wave if I end up finding it in the store, just because all of them look fantastic. But let's get these open and check them out. So here's just a look at the back of the card, like I said, and you got Spider-Man Unlimited, Agent Venom, Spider-Boy, Electro, Kaine, and Chameleon. And yeah, I have a feeling, I have no attachment to Spider-Boy. I don't know anything about him other than it's something Dan Slott created. Spider-Man Unlimited, I wish was cel-shaded. I know we usually complain when stuff is cel-shaded, but for that figure in particularly, it really needed to be cel-shaded. That's going to be one I'm on the fence with. But I need Chameleon. He's the other one I'm looking for from this wave. I have him on pre-order. Hopefully, I'll be able to find him in the wild. But I'm really excited to get this open, so let's take a look. All right, so here's a look at Flash Thompson Venom, and I love this. I know there was a bootleg version going around on AliExpress, but I wanted the proper Legend one. I'm not really a fan of imports. I know sometimes they're much better, but for me, I prefer to just buy like what I collect. I don't like mixing and matching different lines in like with what I collect. It's just me and my personal feelings, but I love this. I think this looks so cool. The only downfall is that you have no way to put the tendrils in from the previous release. There's no peg on the back. You could probably use some tack and still get it on, but that is the only downfall, that this doesn't come with any of those tendrils to add like more weapons to it, because that is like the benefit of Agent Venom. I love the Flash sculpt. It looks great. I would have preferred a little bit of stubble on his face, because during this time, for those that don't know, Flash loses his legs in the war. He ends up enlisting in the military and is a war hero, but he loses his legs and he struggles with depression and alcoholism during this entire arc. So it's really a fantastic story. It's written by Rick Remender. I absolutely love it. But it was started in the Dan Slott run with Flash getting the symbiote. But I just love this arc, and then it eventually transitioned to the Guardians of the Galaxy with Flash going out into space, and then that's why you get the Space Knight version of Flash. But I think this looks great. You get the masked version. Just looks so cool. You get the guns that come with the Mystique. They also include these with Chameleon, so they kind of just reuse these for both characters, which kind of sucks because Flash needs like some more high-tech weapons and like some just crazy guns, because that's kind of what he does with the suit. You get some open hands with like some claws on them, which is great, and then you just get some fists. And yeah, I really, really dig this. I think there's a lot of mobility on it. And I just love the fact that we've gotten 2 Flash Thompson head sculpts like in less than a year. So that's really awesome to me. And speaking of two Flash head sculpts, this is the animated Flash head sculpt on here, and I really like this as well. I think this looks awesome. So this is definitely an option if you got that 2-pack. And here's Flash all geared up with his guns and his mask on. I really love this figure. I can't complain. I think it looks fantastic. They did a really great job updating this sculpt. So hopefully we'll get this in white, because now Flash is anti-venom, so he's in the reverse suit. He's got the white with the black spider. Very easy of them to do. Maybe with that they can pack in some different weapons, or maybe some tendrils or something along those lines. But I feel if you have the Space Knight Venom, you'll probably be able to use those attachments on this. I have them. I'm just not going to dig them out. They're kind of back in a display, and I don't want to take apart like the whole display to get to the figure. But I think those extra tendrils would look cool on here. You can always swap out this head and put on one of like the actual Venom symbiote expressions too, which would look awesome on here. So yeah, I think there's a lot of versatility with this. I love the fact that they included, you know, the Flash Thompson head sculpt. This way, if you want to make a Flash, you can. It also kind of makes a good Doug Ramsey, in my opinion, too, out of this with the hairstyle, especially if you're going to use like the animated head on there, like I was saying. But I love this. I think this is perfect. And here's a look at Kaine outside of the box, and I love this. If you're wondering about the style and why he kind of looks like Batman-y with the spikes, it was the 90s. That's kind of was the thing. They played off a lot of different things. But I love this. I love the cape and the way they did this and how it's like posed. I think it's great that it's like posed that way permanently, and the swooping and the hair, it just really kind of accentuates the character. If you don't know, Kaine is a clone of Spider-Man, just like Ben Reilly. He is one of the other clones. This was his first appearance look. As time went on, Kaine adapted more of a Spider-Man suit, but it's black and red. He also has a little bit of a different power set than the others. He has these spikes that basically come out of his forearm like Assassin's Creed blades, and he can use them, and I believe he's got like a toxin that's attached to that too. So that's what I was saying earlier in the video. I really hope we get an updated version of that Kaine as well, just for my Spider-Man display. But I'm happy with this. I love this. This will go right with Ben Reilly, and I just think it's so awesome. You also get the open clawed hands with it as well, so you can kind of pose him out. But yeah, these Spider-Man waves, man, they really, Legends teams got these down with characters and what to do and characters people want. I think, you know, as long as they continue doing that and giving us like these retro card backs, people are going to eat them up because they're just fantastic figures. And here's a look at female Electro, Francine Fry, and I love this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Francine's power is that she can absorb powers from people, and she takes the power from Electro and becomes, you know, this version of Electro. She's more current in the books now. She's kind of the Electro in the Spider-Man series. She pals around with Tombstone's daughter and her crew, and has been more influential in like the Gang War storyline and a couple other things that have recently come out. But I really like this. I don't have a Max Electro. I'm hoping that's one of the ones that they end up like redoing and re-releasing, because I don't have him in my collection, and he's one that I need, and now is very pricey. But you get these new lightning effects that they did. I really like them. I like the fact that like you can kind of pose them however you choose. You know, you can slide them through, you can kind of put the, you know, depending on how you want to display it, like it just looks awesome. You can kind of supercharge her up. I don't know, I think that's really cool. So I like that they gave us these. Hopefully with characters like Storm and Thor, you know, these will become like standard effects now that we get with people. That'd be fantastic. And here's just a shot of her with those effects, and they take up a lot of space, so hopefully you have some room in the display to display them. If not, they'll look fantastic with Storm, honestly. Like, I like these. I think these are going to be great effects for these type of characters that have like the electricity. I like that the Legends team's been expanding into new effects pieces. That's something that's really cool. You saw that also with the gene that got shown, the X Factor gene, that they're including like a telepathy effect. So like the more they do stuff like that, the more it just enhances the figures. Of course, you can use these accessories with different characters and just swap them out. But I think this is so awesome. I think this looks great. You could even use these with Star Wars figures, honestly, too. Give a nice force effect lightning on there. So multi-use, I really, really like it a lot. Well, that'll do it for today. Overall, I love all three of these figures, honestly. Even Kaine, a lot more than I thought I was going to. Like, these are going to look great in my Spider-Man display. I'm going to put them in my animated display. They'll fit in as far as I'm concerned. But I love these. I think these are all fantastic. I'm definitely going to be excited to see about seeing Spider-Boy and Spider-Man Unlimited in the store. Chameleon I absolutely need, because that just goes with the retro Spider-Man stuff. But Spider-Boy and the Spider-Man Unlimited will be ones I decide on when I see. But if they're half as good as these, honestly, I'll probably end up picking them up just because they look great. And maybe I'll just keep them on card and keep them with my carded collection, since they don't really have a space in my display. But yeah, one way or another, I'll probably end up buying this whole wave because these figures are fantastic. And I highly recommend, if you see them, grab them. This Venom is so awesome. Like I said, I just wish it would have had the tendrils or some more guns and attachments to go with it. The new effects on Electro, I absolutely love. I hope to see more of that, like I said. And Kaine is just awesome. Nostalgia clone, you know, based, just to fit right in with that display. So I love it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for taking time to check out the channel. And since this is my first video of the new year, it's way past the deadline, but Happy New Year. And thank you so much for the growth and tuning into this channel. I hope to bring you a lot more stuff this year. Hopefully get a lot of live streams going this year with some of my friends from the toy collecting community. And hopefully we can make that reality this year. But thanks again. As always, may the force be with you. This is The Ways.
We would be honored